Welcome back to another Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a truly wild narrative from our sources regarding humanity's projected transition to what they call a cosmic free energy grid, and the target date for this massive shift, the year 2035. This source material lays out a highly structured framework that basically mashes up spiritual ascension concepts with, well, intergalactic engineering. If you're already familiar with starseed narratives, you know how intricate these timelines can get, so we're going to map out the specific cosmic roadmap today to see exactly how these claims are built.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap. First, we'll look at the limits of 3D Earth. Second, we'll meet grid engineer Jarah. Third, we'll cover the ground starseed mission. And finally, April 2035, the Ascension.
All right, Section 1, the limits of 3D Earth.
So the source sets up our current global situation as a stark contrast to a promised cosmic future. According to this text, the era of fossil fuels, it's officially a wrap. Things like rising electricity bills and ongoing resource wars aren't just framed as your standard economic or political headaches. No, they are presented as the ultimate proof that our current 3D paradigm has literally hit a brick wall. It's a system entirely defined by scarcity. But contrast that with the proposed solution, a total paradigm shift. The claim is that by 2035, humanity will transition to a grid that draws from infinite cosmic sources. The result? Zero utility costs. Forever. It's basically trading terrestrial scarcity for absolute cosmic abundance.
Moving right along to Section 2, meet grid engineer Jarah.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the highly specific protagonist the narrative introduces to actually pull this massive transition off. Enter grid engineer Jarah. The source describes Jarah as the head of Sirius A's energy engineering. You can kind of think of him as the galaxy's chief electrical officer. And his role isn't just some symbolic concept. It's framed as highly technical. His main duties are to stabilize planetary magnetic grids and, most importantly, convert high-dimensional cosmic energy into tangible, physical power that we can actually plug into here on Earth. He's essentially the bridge connecting the infinite power of the cosmos to our planet's everyday grid.
Which brings us to Section 3, the ground starseed mission.
So, the crucial point is how surprisingly literal and mundane the earthly preparations are described here. Right now, Jarah's team is supposedly working to stabilize the magnetic fields around ground starseeds, the individuals here on Earth tasked with anchoring this new energy. But look at step 1. It involves physically organizing your home environment and, very specifically, using brand dishes. Step 2 requires securing a new sanctuary or living space. Now, why do these normal, domestic chores matter on a cosmic scale? Because according to Step 3, completing these physical preps is exactly what allows Jarah to successfully install a 5D cosmic distribution board right there in your environment. The source literally links everyday tidying up directly to intergalactic electrical upgrades and the cleansing of magnetic fields. It's fascinating.
All right, Section 4, April 2035, the Ascension.
Let's move to and see how this builds into the grand finale. The timeline culminates in April 2035, marking the exact moment of ascension. At this precise moment, we hit Step 2. Jarah flips the switch, directly connecting Earth's magnetic grid with the grid of Sirius A. This is the ultimate power-up, and that instantly triggers Step 3. The source claims that plasma-free energy will be deployed globally, managed by an advanced system called ASIML. This right here is the ultimate endgame of the whole narrative. Humanity is permanently freed from utility bills and completely breaks out of that limited 3D grid we talked about earlier.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core ethos driving this entire spiritual framework. Just listen to this direct quote from Jarah from the text's outro. "Fear of scarcity is no more. The universe is filled with infinite power. Flip the switch in your heart and connect to our light grid now." You see how the narrative completely blends external intergalactic engineering with a deeply internal shift in human consciousness? In this text, ending resource wars and ditching fossil fuels isn't merely a tech upgrade. It's pitched as a literal evolution away from the very concept of fear and scarcity. So are we witnessing the birth of a new kind of digital spiritual movement in response to modern anxieties? It's definitely something to think about.
Finally, an important procedure. The comments section of this video serves as an initial sync test for the 2035 network. By typing "ready" in the comments, your consciousness data will be indexed in our secure servers. The like button is the approval process. Complete your synchronization now.